Okay, good evening and welcome back to Best Era Football. This is the era, of course, from 1984 to 2000. And today we have a couple teams that lost in week one, battling out to avoid to be one of the teams that starts off 0-2 as the 1991 Detroit Lions, led by Barry Sanders, go to New York to face the 1986 Super Bowl champion New York Giants, led, of course, by Defensive Player of the Year Lawrence Taylor. So, this is an important game for both, of course, as nobody wants to start off 0-2. Particularly these two teams, though, as they are in arguably the best divisions in football. The Lions are already behind the Packers of 96 and the Vikings of 98, who are both 2-0, and the 85 Bears are 1-1. So going 0-2 would be a disastrous start there. On the other hand, the 1993 Dallas Cowboys are already off to a 2-0 start. Everyone else in the Giants division is 1-1, so the Giants would certainly rather get to 1-1 than to fall back to 0-2. But here we go. There's a look at Phil Simms, and here come the Detroit Lions, led of course by Barry Sanders. This should be a good one. The Giants are the home team, and they were a Super Bowl champion, so I have to give them the edge as far as being the favorite. But we've already seen in Best Era Football plenty of so-called upsets, so we will just see what happens. This is the Monday Night Football game. This is the last game of week 2, so you will certainly see all the scores if you have not watched the other games, and of course you want to, just hit them up on the Best Era Football playlist on my channel here, and stop this game and go look at those, because as you'll see with Baltimore beating Cleveland, it's going to show you all the results at the bottom, as this is again the last game of week 2. Out comes Eric Kramer. Last week, 67%, 204 yards, 1 touch, 1 pick. Not too bad, but they did lose the game. Shotgun, he's going to throw, and that is incomplete eventually. Looking for Herman Moore on that one. Here's a look at your starters. Lomas Brown, Andolsky, Conover, and too slow. Willie Green, Mike Farr, Robert Clark are your receivers. Barry Sanders, of course, is the super running back, one of the best of all time. And they will give it to Barry Sanders, and the Giants are all over it. Now, the 86 Giants are a superb defense, and I am sure that they are keyed on number 20. Kramer's going to throw on 3rd and 11. Line gives him some time, and he launches a deep. He had a man possibly. The safety was coming over to help, though. Either way, it was overthrown, so we don't know what would have happened.
I'm not about to try and take your job. I can't do what you do. But that wasn't just 3 and out. That felt like 3 and backwards.
That's exactly what it was. You can have my job whenever you want it. The drive that you're looking for.
There's a punt.
Going forward,
one move made, and then a broken tackle. Conkey gets it out to the 31. And here comes Phil Simms. He was also around 60%, 233 yards, but there you see the disastrous 3 interceptions last week, which caused them to lose the game. Phil Simms needs to play smarter than that. He knows it. He usually does. It was a rough opponent, though, as they were playing the 93 Dallas Cowboys. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's the other number 20 in this game, a very good running back in his own right, Joe Morris. But he looks hurt on the very first carry of the game. That is not good for the Giants. They do have a quality backup in Otis Anderson, but I mean, that's a Pro Bowl running back. You don't want to lose him. Otis Anderson's in now. Phil Simms immediately goes to the shotgun, but he hands it up anyway.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get
all right, Otis Anderson, Mark Bavaro.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Cheer. Phil Simms back to pass. Throw it across the middle. That's incomplete. Oops, sorry, I have to check something here. As not sure what was going on with number 1. What? Dennis Pitta. Oh my. So White's hurt. Oh. Okay. All right, sorry about that. The injury to White has messed everything up for the Lions. And I did not want a rated 24 player to be the safety for the Lions. So make that quick adjustment, get back to the game.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this.
And there's a booming punt by the Giants punter, Mr. Sean Landetta. A little bit too far as it goes into the end zone for the touchback.
So here come the Lions now. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They run the counter now on 1st down. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set
There's
him up.
Barry Sanders getting a little bit of room. 7-yard gain. Brings up a 2nd and 3.
Assignments created a nice gap for the running back to get through. Pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably twirling on the headset right now.
Kramer from the shotgun now.
Boys, let's keep it going.
Now a shotgun snap is
He'll throw it underneath, and that's complete.
throw here, that's complete. Get it up to the
Kramer completes his first pass of the game, and that is the first down of the game as well, as Mike Farr gets across the line.
Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you
They'll
just
hand
said.
off to Barry Sanders again, a few more yards.
They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage.
Here is your defense for the 86 Giants. Marshall, Burt, and Martin, a great line. Even better linebackers, Carl Banks and Lawrence Taylor on the outside, Carson and Reasons on the inside. Kennard and Hill are your safeties. Perry Williams and Mark Collins are your starting corners. You also have Elvis Patterson that will come in on nickel situations. Hand it off again, and he's caught in the backfield. Barry Sanders, 4 carries, 9 yards.
Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Third and 8, Kramer. Shotgun. He'll sling it towards the sidelines, and I think he made the catch. That was Herman Moore on the sidelines making a nice grab. And that's the second first down for the Lions on this drive.
And that's how you pick up a first down.
If nothing else, they're making sure their defense is nice and rested. Not that they got tired on a 3 and out. Kramer hits another one. That's 3 first downs on the drive. And he hits seldom used tight end Barrett.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route.
Kramer getting into a little bit of a rhythm here.
So how do you stop it? A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him.
Giants coming out, having to play coverage, maybe slowing down that pass rush again with the 3rd consecutive 3rd down pass to the 3rd different receiver. That's Robert Clark, who last week had 8 catches, 1 of those for a touchdown.
8 catches, 57 yards.
And what we just saw there was exactly what they need against this defense. Big plays. They were able to pick up a first down on that one. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the
Kramer under center now. We'll give it to Barry Sanders, and he is lit up in the backfield.
3 to 4 steps and cuts towards the middle of the field, and now what he's trying to do.
And Leonard Marshall all over that play. They are keyed on Barry Sanders, which has given Kramer some time and room to complete passes, but has kept Barry bottled up. Nice safety comes up, 8 in the box again. They'll give it to Barry Sanders anyways. He fights for a couple yards. 6 carries, only 9 yards. Now, anyone that has seen any highlights of Barry Sanders or watched him in his prime like I did knows that it just takes one missed tackle, one not get off your block in time, and he's gone for a touchdown regardless where he's at.
And the seemingly endless drive continues.
And so far the Giants have been hurt more by the pass than the run. But we'll give it to Barry again. There's the time he has a hold. He gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line, but it might be holding on the Lions. It is indeed. It's in Reggie Barrett.
A decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating.
Now on 1st and 20, we'll see if Kramer goes back to the air. He will on a short drop and completes another one. This time to Willie Green, I believe.
And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Is indeed Willie Green, 5-yard reception.
It's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve.
Kramer spreading it around. I think he's hit 5 different receivers already. There's the give to Barry Sanders, and Giants again all over it. Just not letting Barry get anything started. 7 carries, just 8 yards.
Now, I can't imagine any celebrations being any bigger than your first NFL touchdown. And this rookie running back.
Kramer for shotgun on 3rd and 16. He's looking towards the end zone. That was into a world of trouble. But nobody catches it. Holding again on the Lions. This time it's on Scott Condor, the center. That's going to be accepted, and the Lions are now looking at 3rd and 26, and another penalty or a sack, and they're going to be out of field goal range. Kramer, he's got protection. He's launching it deep. He wants the touchdown, and he's got it. Brett Perryman beat his man, and Kramer delivered a beautiful ball. And Kramer has a great drive and puts it in the end zone, and the Detroit Lions. Look at that throw. Diving catch. Very nice. And the Lions are going to try to open up the running lanes by destroying the Giants through the air. 13-play, 81-yard drive. Took 8.5 minutes off the clock. Beautiful drive by the Lions. And the Lions have had the ball for about 9.5 minutes already.
This return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Hey there, Ryan.
Set to take the field.
Missed a beautiful drive by the Detroit Lions in which Barry Sanders did almost nothing. It was the Eric Kramer show for a drive. Also, you missed on the first carry of the game for the Giants. Joe Morris got hurt. They haven't told us how hurt, but it seems to be Otis Anderson going the rest of the way in this one. And there is Otis Anderson, and he will get drugged down. Tough start for the running back so far today. Here's a look at your Lions defense. Yuri Ball, the big man in the middle, Owens and Spindler are your ends. You got Dennis Gibson and Chris Spielman in the middle. Tracy Hayworth and George Jameson on the outside. Corners are Mel Jenkins and Ray Crockett. Benny Blades and Terry Taylor getting the start at safety, as William White is the one injury the Lions come into the game with. Phil Simms, play action. 3rd and 12. He's launching it. And that should have been picked. But he's a defensive player and shows his defensive hands there. Phil Simms threw 3 interceptions in the Week 1 contest against the Cowboys, and that was an ill-advised throw as well there, but he got away with that one.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Give him 11 yards that time on the return.
Mel Gray with a 11-yard return up to the 35-yard line, and out comes Kramer again. First drive was a 3-and-out. Second drive was masterful.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right
And they'll start off in the shotgun. The Giants are all out against Barry Sanders, so the Lions seem to be okay with trying to throw. Oh, no. They do give it to Barry. He makes a move there and fights his way across the first down marker. Best run of the day for Barry Sanders.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there.
He might have the best combination of moves of any running back ever, and there he just has a huge hole to run through. No moves needed on that one. And just like that, Barry Sanders is up to 29 yards after having 7 yards in the first 2 drives.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football.
And now they'll give it to the backup, or the spell running back, Jackson, who gets 1 yard.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Kramer from the shotgun. Over the middle, he's got a man, nice spin move. Is that Perryman again? That's the man that caught the touchdown, Brett Perryman. You saw Kramer 8 for 10, and he missed on his first 2 passes, so he's completed 8 passes in a row now. What a first quarter for Eric Kramer and the Detroit Lions. The Giants and Bill Parcells are going to have to make some adjustments here. Wayne Fonts on the sideline, very happy about the start for his guys. Oh, I thought Kramer got someone to jump. I don't see a flag, though. It looked like he got Jim Burt to jump, but they don't call it.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Oh my gosh, he gets. Who's that this time? Is that Marshall? I thought he got Burt last time. He definitely got one this time. So Kramer playing. Oh no, that's Corbin Bryant.
Yeah, he got a little aggressive too early.
Wait, what? That wasn't on Corbin Bryant. It was on the Giants guy. They clearly gave the 5 yards to the Lions. I'm not sure why they said it was the offensive tackle that jumped, but whatever. Apparently the Giants well, whatever. I'm not going to try to explain what Madden was doing there, but it was a penalty against the Giants, and that it's now 3rd and 3. Play action pass. Kramer in trouble. Down he goes. Delayed blitz. They pick up the blitz, but then they let George Martin get in. Phil Simms celebrating on the sidelines over there. So here's Martin. They have him at first, but then he comes around. Sacks Kramer, and now it's a 48-yard attempt for Eddie Murray. He can make it from here, but he doesn't. Ooh, a little different than kicking in the dome, I guess, and Eddie Murray does not put it home from 48, and that is the first thing the Lions have done wrong this game. Not sure what happened there. He definitely has the leg for it. Perhaps, I mean, it can get windy in New York. Maybe the wind is heavy against that side of the field. We'll have to keep an eye on the kicking game now. Here's Otis Anderson, gets a couple yards. Definitely a solid backup running back, but he doesn't have the explosive speed at this stage as Joe Morris does. And that is probably the best defensive player on the Lions, Chris Spielman, taking him down on that one. The Giants still do not have a first down. Phil Simms trying to change it, and he does. He completes the pass finally, and that's their first down of the game. Phil McConkey held on to that one.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Well, there's Dave Meggett getting the carry. No, it's not. It's Rosen. Dave Meggett. I'm thinking about the 1990s Giants.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really great play defensively.
Ooh, Rosen on his second consecutive carry this time. A much better looking carry as he goes north and south instead of trying to hit the end.
It's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence.
3rd and 4, Phil Simms would like to come through again on 3rd down. Phil Simms is going to have to get rid of it. He does not. Owens gets the sack, and the Giants will have to punt again. Giants offense has been sputtering so far this season in Best Era football.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
Well, Sean Landeta gets it inside the 20. Not the best punt, but not a bad one. Detroit comes out. Kramer going to throw again, and he completes again. Oh, hard hit. Kramer's 9th consecutive completion. Wow. The yardage is about 140 to 0 or 140 to 9. The Lions lost a yard on that one, though, so that makes it 3rd and 4. A little bit less comfortable than 3rd and 2 would have been. But Kramer doesn't care as he is red hot right now. Excuse me. The impressive thing about those 10 straight completions is they've gone to 5 different receivers, I believe. 3 to Clark, 2 to Perryman. He's got Herman Moore. He's hit Barrett. He's hit Mike Farr. There's a handoff to Barry. Makes one man miss, spins away from a second. Take a look at Barry Sanders here. He runs through an arm tackle there. Nice spin move. And then runs into his own man, and that's really what brought him down.
Some runs are blocked so well, You almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The handoff again, and this time it's to Jackson. He picks up the first down, but there's another flag. It's going to be holding again on the center. That's his second or third holding call here in the first half. Obviously having a hard time with Jim Burt. Oh, there we go. That's across the midfield. That was a nice hole opened up, but there's a back. And the Lions, that's on Willie Green, who was playing tight end on that play. So the 91 Lions, a little bit like the Oilers and the 91 Falcons in Best Era Football, do more of a run and gun or a run and shoot. Don't really use tight ends. So you'll see receivers line up as tight ends on passing plays, and they might use backup offensive linemen as tight ends on running plays. They do have a tight end, Reggie Barrett, who has caught one pass today. Oh! They're going to say it's incomplete, I guess. Carl Banks got in there so fast. Kramer just, I think he might have threw it off of his helmet. That was very close to being a fumble, though. Kramer got up. He seems to be okay. But that was a shot. Nothing doing on the return there, and the Giants will start at their 19-yard line. As bad as it's been for the Giants, we're almost at halftime, and they're only down by 7. If they could just get any offense going at all. There's Anderson, a couple more yards. He's up to 5 now on the day. We got total yards, 148 to 12.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
Bill Sims now, he's going to throw, and he finds a man. It's the second completion of the day, and this time it is Stacy Robinson. That's a lot of celebrating for your second first down of the afternoon. It's Monday Night Football. Hand off Anderson, and he's lit up immediately.
Back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audible.
Hand off to Anderson again. Oh, he breaks a tackle. Still on his feet across midfield. He's across the 40, 30, 20. Huge run by Otis Anderson, and that might put a fire under these Giants. A younger Otis Anderson would have been able to take it the distance, but that is still, he's not super old or anything. But obviously not able to outrun the entire defense like a Joe Morris would if he was still there, but still a huge run. It gives the Giants a good chance to tie this thing up before the half. And it really looked like it was going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. He broke through it and then just kept going. Sims on the move now, and he'll throw it into the end zone. Touchdown. And that run by Otis Anderson has definitely changed things. Stacy Robinson came alive on that drive as well. And the Giants are just an extra point away from tying this thing. And Barr puts it home.
And we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Now the Detroit Lions will have some time to try to get the momentum back, as it's certainly on the side of the Giants at this point.
Up to the 27-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of
Now,
your
Kramer
offensive
has been
line.
having his way with the
Control your fate.
Giants
Let your
defense.
guys win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second.
And there he finds another hole in the zone. 12 of 15.
That's what they need in order to not
It's
put
Willie
the ball
Green
in.
with another catch.
6 there on first.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first.
They elect to let the clock run here.
Brings up a second and manageable.
Kramer quick drop.
Hole in that zone.
Quick throw, and that's Willie Green again.
Complete to the tight end.
And now they're going to hurry up.
2-yard line here and brought
Now
down
that they got the
there.
first down, it looks like they are intent to try to get at least 3 before the half here. Kramer. Lawrence Taylor being blocked. Kramer gets it out to the sideline, and he did not get out of bounds, though. It was Barry Sanders' first catch, so it's like the 6th different receiver, I believe, that Kramer's gotten it to. Kramer now, he's going to launch this one towards the sidelines, and he just threw it out of bounds.
That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They come
Tie game 7-7, 58 seconds left in the half. Kramer throws it underneath. That's a spin move put on, and the Detroit Lions will call timeout. They're up to the 41-yard line. That was Mel Gray, the special teams player, who got a reception as well. Kramer just throwing to everyone. Here's a blitz, but it's a perfectly called screen pass, and that's dangerous. Lions are going to get all the way down to the 11-yard line. Screen pass to Barry Sanders as the Giants were blitzing.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the
Bernard
guys
saves
out
the
backfield
touchdown.
catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary
Kramer
receiver,
really
now
having a
just
good
check
first
down.
half, but the scoreboard says 7-7.
Sometimes they just get it to him
Kramer
early
trying to change it on this throw.
matchup advantage.
Well, he completes it, but it's not in the end zone.
It's second down.
It's Barrett's 3rd catch already.
Window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Oh, there's movement by the Lions, and as hot as Kramer has been, the Lions have had at least 3 holding penalties and 2 false starts, and a blocking in the back. That's at least the 6th penalty on the Lions offense, and that's really the only thing that's stopping them. Kramer now goes underneath to Jackson.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter.
3rd and 5.
Lions on 3rd down. They've had good
Lions
success
have a timeout
to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
if something goes disastrous, but I mean 35 seconds is plenty of time. Kramer looking, good protection, throws it end zone, touchdown. Perryman again, that's his 2nd touchdown of the game, and the Lions steal the momentum back. A perfect answer. The Giants finally do something on offense, get all hyped up, and Kramer comes out and just throws darts all the way down the field. Now Phil Simms pacing on the sidelines, trying to get his guys fired up again, but we'll see if they just want to get into the locker room here.
This will be taken about the 12. They'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The New York set to take the field.
So what are they going to do? Is Phil Simms going to light it up, or are they just going to hand off and go into the locker room? They are going to hand it off to Anderson, and he's going to get tackled behind the line, so that should probably do it.
It's not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
And they are coming out like they might run a play, but 3, 2, they do snap it with 1 second to go. Not sure why. Anderson loses a couple more yards.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead.
Perryman, 2 touchdown catches. Stacey Robinson has the other, all 3 touchdowns coming via the pass.
This one taken from the 7. That'll take this across the 25.
And the Lions have the momentum. They've had the lead basically the entire game. But the Giants have the ball, and they're only down by one score.
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about
There's Anderson, a few more yards, 11
11
carries, 60 yards. A great job so far, filling in for Joe Morris. Still no update on how injured Joe Morris is. I hope it's not a long time. I want to see all the stars of these teams playing. It was a nice roll-up by Phil Simms, and he gets it to, there's a star right there, Mark Bavaro. He just run over one defender, pushes another one a few more yards. They got to get that guy involved more, so you see what he can do.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays.
Simms drives back, and they will go to Bavaro again. Back-to-back plays to Mark Bavaro. And so if you're wondering what Bill Parcells said in the locker room, I think it might have had to do with number 89 getting the ball. They hand up to Anderson. He fights his way for another first down.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Yeah, once more, strong running.
So again, the loser of this game drops to 0-2, and neither one of these teams can afford it with the divisions they are in.
Over the middle, it's complete.
The Giants, of course, are in with the 93 Cowboys, who are Super Bowl champions. 91 Redskins are Super Bowl champions, and the 1990 Eagles, who have a very good defense and a troublesome quarterback in Randall Cunningham. On the other hand, the Lions have already seen the 98 Vikings and 96 Packers improve to 2-0. And the other team in the division is the 85 Bears, so the Lions certainly can't afford to start off 0-2.
I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over.
3rd and 1, they're going to throw. And that was an odd-looking throw by Phil Simms. Maybe at the last minute he saw it was going to be intercepted, and he threw it into the ground on purpose. But either way, it's 4th down, and the field goal unit comes out. It's a fake. They get it to the kicker, and Allegra just gets tackled. Interesting. The fake may have caught the Lions off guard. Oh. But did they run anyone out? I don't know. I didn't see it. Oh yeah, Bavaro was out there. So obviously somebody on the Lions picked up on it and were able to hold Bavaro up or cover him or for whatever reason stop that play from working. And the Giants drive down the field, get 0 points.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given a little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
15 carries, only 35 yards for Barry Sanders. Lawrence Taylor in on the hit. His first tackle. Lawrence Taylor has been very quiet today. Remember in week 1, very first play of the game, he hit Emmitt Smith and caused a fumble. This quick of a start here. Look at that. Look at that. It's not Lawrence Taylor, but his counterpart on the other side. Banks comes in and just, let's see, first he'll get rid of his lineman. Get out of here. And then blast Eric Kramer, who may have lost consciousness before he hit the ground. Definitely lost the ball. And now the Giants take over on 1st and goal from the 5. So the fake field goal doesn't work, but the defense gets him the ball right back. And a surprise handoff to Carthon, but that doesn't work either.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that,
A Giants defense will hit you. They have caused fumbles in each of their first 2 games now. Interesting. Simms gets it out to a man that you would assume is expecting the ball if he's running a pattern, but he wasn't, so it just bounced off his shoulder. 3rd and goal now.
accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the
Sims,
foremost one. That's
desperate
what
to
you
get
need
this in
from
the
that
end
play.
zone. Still looking, rolls out. Now he throws it
It is incomplete.
incomplete.
Let's give this
And I
defense some
have a
credit now.
feeling
They
they're
let
going to
the
go
guys
for the
get
traditional 3
downfield,
points
but
here.
when push came to shove, they stood their ground.
No,
Now they're
Hostetler
looking for
flipping
some
to LA
double
Gray.
teams.
There you go.
And his kick is indeed good. And they'll cut the lead back.
So the Giants do cut the lead down to 14-10 off the Carl Banks forced fumble and recovery.
They'll take the 3, but in a lot of ways,
Mel
they
Gray
felt
now
like
across the
themselves
20,
down on
25,
that
spin
drive,
move.
and they definitely let the defense down for getting the key turnover.
Uh-oh, get up.
Now on the return
Nope,
here,
now
we
Mel
got
Gray
a
has
player
hurt
down
his
there.
shoulder.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
They say we're going to get an update when they return. They never give us
Lions
updates.
offense ready to go back out onto the field.
Injured,
Now, last
that's the
drive,
update.
obviously not what you're looking for. You
Not
got
sure.
the lead,
Reggie
you gotta
Barrett.
protect the football.
So in other words, sometimes
All right, so the tight end is going to start doing the returning now, I guess.
in this case, though,
Barry Sanders bottled up all day.
very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
I'm not sure why the Lions have gone away from Eric Kramer because he was lighting it up in the first half. Here, now they'll go with him. And now he throws an errant pass. Still good numbers though, 199 yards and 2 touchdowns. Just let it be Kramer's game.
Passing game and certainly
If Kramer can win you a game, that's great because Barry Sanders will certainly win you one later. Oh boy, Kramer sacked for the second time in as many drives. He does hold on to the ball though this time. And the Giants defense is starting to reverse this game a little bit. Lions still lead, but their pass protection is starting to break down, unlike the first half.
And it's fielded at the 34.
McConkey makes one man miss.
Call it 13 yards.
Gets a 13-yard return up to the 47. So this is, again, the Monday Night Football game. This is the last game of Week 2. Oh, Phil Simms gets sacked from behind. Tracy Hayworth went low to get him.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry.
I was going to say this is the last
Blink of an eye,
game
that
of
happened
Week
fast and a
2.
big sack.
The Week 2 wrap-up video will come out sometime this weekend, just to kind of show a couple things that happened in the games that were not broadcast, bring you up to date on the standings, things like that. Hopefully it won't be more than 20 minutes or anything. And then by the time the weekend's over, we should hopefully have our first, well, I shouldn't say by the time the weekend's over. Sometime within the next week, we'll have the first game of Week 3. Play action pass. Phil Simms waiting all kinds of time, slings it downfield.
Incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete.
Give it to Otis Anderson, and the Lions
He is swallowed up right at the line of
stop
scrimmage.
that again.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just
Phil Simms now.
quick, and what a terrific play.
Ooh.
Holding them to no gain.
Diving catch is not made. It would not have been a first down anyway.
Hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also
So here's a question. Do they go for a 53-yard field goal?
He nailed it pretty well, you know.
We saw the wind affect Murray earlier, although that was going the other way.
They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
53 yards away. Oh,
won't get there. He left
and
it
that's
just
no
short.
good. The must be a swirling wind here in New York.
Everything looked
as both kickers having troubles hitting from outside of 50. So each team has missed a field goal. The Giants went with a fake field goal that didn't work, and the Lions have committed a bunch of penalties on offense, and all those things have combined to make it a low-scoring game. The defenses have not necessarily dominated. It's more of been the offense is leaving points on the board. We're leaving points on the field, sorry. Turn, give it to Barry Sanders. And Reasons takes him down. 6 tackles for Gary Reasons.
Hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him. Every time he looks up.
Play action pass now, Kramer on 3rd and 7. Ooh, Lawrence Taylor looked like he was going to get him, but Barry Sanders picked it up at the last minute. And then Kramer throws it right to Reasons, who drops the interception. Well, Kramer was red hot in the first half, but he has made some inaccurate throws here in the second half, so the Giants have definitely changed coverage schemes or something up. That's a horrible punt. There is definitely wind happening. I have to assume the field goal kickers are having troubles hitting field goals beyond 50. That punt was horrible.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot
The
of
Giants now have
but just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they tell their offensive guys, you can get
squandered a couple opportunities to put 3 points on the board. Still trailed by 4.
Less of a field goal attempt for him. Though they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab?
Anderson, a couple carries. He's up to 15 carries now on the day, 74 yards. And again, if Joe Morris is hurt, that definitely hinders the offense and takes away the 1-2 punch of Morris and Anderson. There's a deep pass that's tipped and intercepted. Is that Benny Blades? I think it's Benny Blades that came up with the interception. So the Lions come up with a turnover. Phil Simms goes deep. It's basically a jump ball. They fight for it. The ball pops out, and Benny Blades makes a nice interception falling to the ground. Each team has turned it over once now. And that's Phil Simms' 4th interception thrown here in the first 2 weeks of the season. Kramer drops back. They'll go underneath to Willie Green. Kramer's still 20 of 26. He's really only thrown like 3 or 4 passes this half, or this quarter. And play action pass, he'll throw one more here. He wants to go deep, nothing there, and he ends up getting sacked by Big Jim Burt. And that will take care of the 3rd quarter. Not sure what that flashing was about, but 15 minutes left in this one. It is a close one here. 14-10 in favor of the 91 Detroit Lions. The Giants have not led at any part of the game. The Lions have basically jumped out to an early lead and kept the lead almost the entire game, but there's another forced fumble. Oh man, Barry Sanders has been bottled up all game. Here they give it to him, and Carsons comes up. What is going on? Ryan, I'm not sure if it's flashing for you. All of a sudden my TV started flashing. But there you saw Carsons blow up Barry Sanders. He fumbles the football. The Giants have great field position now, still down by 4. Play action pass now. Phil Simms fires towards the sidelines. It's too wide. And this second half has been about the Giants' defense.
It did not. I thought he might get out.
angry, forcing turnovers, shutting down the Lions, and then the Giants offense squandering opportunities, only putting 3 points on the board so far. But here they are at the 11-yard line, easily in range to get 3 more. But can they finally put it in the end zone? Hand up to Anderson, gets a yard.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually
No, he lost a yard, sorry. Second and 11.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays.
And with Anderson again, this time he's inside the 10. Down to the 8-yard line. 13 minutes left in this one. Giants still trailing by 4. 3rd and 7 now from the 8-yard line. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Sims steps up, steps over, and goes down. Just took way too long. Really wanted the touchdown pass, but the receivers would not get open. Detroit gets their 3rd sack of the game, and now the field goal unit comes on again. This will not be a fake. They'll play it straight again and put 3 more points on the board. So the Giants have cut it down to a 1-point game. The Giants do play close games, I'll give them that. The first week, I believe, they lost by 8 to the Dallas Cowboys. Now they trail by 1 here. That was a heck of a return. Mel Gray's hurt. But the substitute running back, which was not Barrett like they told us it would be, at 33, I've drawn a blank on, but he had a nice return. Okay, here we go. The total yards have certainly gotten closer. The Lions had close to 200 in the first half, and they're at 201 right now. So the Giants defense has really turned it on here in the second half with Barry Sanders trying to get some momentum back after that fumble of his. That was an 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2 coming up. They'll give it to Sanders again, and he will get the first down.
He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded.
Kramer from the shotgun. Ball at the 46-yard line. Play action pass. Oh, Kramer almost goes down, gets his balance, and delivers a nice throw down to the 20-yard line. Brett Perryman again on the reception. That's his 4th catch. He has 77 yards receiving, and of course 2 touchdowns. That was a nice catch. So now, just like that, just the Lions are slowly getting more and more momentum back, and just like that, a couple big plays by the Lions, and they're back in position to get more points. Play action pass. Kramer trying to really put the hurt on the Giants with a touchdown pass. Fires it, end zone. Oh, he could not come down with it. I don't think it mattered anyways, because I believe the Lions are guilty of holding yet again. Andelsek, the guard this time. The interior lineman just getting called for holding all game long. Still winning by a point, though. And there's another diving catch. This time that's by Mel Gray again, so the injury wasn't so bad as he's back in there.
But sometimes the little guys, they get
2nd and 14 now.
Really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn into big plays.
They hand it off, and Barry Sanders gets a few more yards. Gets it down to a 3rd and 8. They are in field goal range already. You want to make sure you at least get to 3, which would then force the Giants to get in the end zone if they want to win the game. Kramer in trouble. Down he goes. Holds onto the ball, though. That's the important part. Herb Welsh comes up from the dime back position and gets the sack. 41-yard field goal here for Eddie Murray. It is windy, but I think 41 is not going to be a problem. Murray puts it home. The 91 Lions increase their lead 17-13.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, in the second half, they come out with a
Oh, Benny Blades almost got Phil Simms for a second time.
Intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively.
That ball was just dropped. There's no reason for that when you're trying to win a game. 3rd and 10 now.
Really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Oh, Simms get. Oh my goodness. One play and the Giants have the lead. 75-yard touchdown pass. Phil Simms has been waiting to have an easy throw like that all season. Manuel beats his man. Simms puts it right on the money, and it's a 75-yard touchdown. Giants now get their first lead of the game with 7 minutes to go, 20-17.
This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
All right, so now Detroit comes out for the first time trailing in this game.
They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you describe it.
And Kramer throws to Willie Green, but he drops it.
But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's going to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to...
Kramer finds a man for a first down. That is Clark, Robert Clark. 5 catches today. I think he had exactly 5 in week 1 as well, so that's pretty consistent performance from him. There's a play action pass. They pick up. Oh my God. I was going to say after the play action, Barry Sanders picked up Carl Banks, which was a nice pickup, but then Marshall comes in. He hits Kramer, and the ball came out, but the Lions do recover it. That would have been a disastrous had they lost that fumble. Kramer gets rid of it quickly as the Giants were blitzing. The Giants defense, Bill Parcells, definitely one of the masters of making halftime adjustments, and the defense has just been hitting harder and blitzing faster here in the second half, and Kramer has not had the luxury he did in the first. He's in trouble again. He rolls out, cannot get the ball away. Martin gets his 3rd sack of the game. Lions defense, or the Giants defense, has just been possessed here in the second half.
Any quarterback should have to bear, and if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand
Of course,
up
they
to
are
this
one of the
weekend.
best defenses in best era football, the 1986 Giants. They are proving it here in the second half of this one.
On the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
And now they'll see if they can do what Bill Parcells loves, which is run a 5-minute offense and end this thing without giving the ball back to the Lions. Phil Simms is going to have to be accurate to do so, not take sacks. So that's not a good start. Spindler Puts down Phil Simms.
You'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3.
Now the Lions have 4 sacks, which is not as good as the 7 the Giants have, but it's still a good number. Hand off to Anderson. He gets most of those yards back, all the way up to the 27-yard line. Third and 8. Here we go. 5-minute offense requires picking up third down conversions. Let's see if Phil Simms is up to the challenge. He will instead throw it right to the Detroit Lions and give up a pick 6. Absolutely the opposite of what Bill Parcells had in mind. Phil Simms throws his 5th interception of the season. Oh boy. Ray Crockett returns it for a touchdown, and the Lions, after the extra point by Eddie Murray, the Lions are back on top 24-20.
Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Well, Phil Simms may have just given the game away, but he's got to get that out of his head right now because with 3 minutes to go, he's coming back on the field, trying to help make sure his team doesn't go 0-2. Under 50%. He does have 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Before that last interception, he was having a decent game. Not great, but not bad. But that pick 6 certainly leans it towards bad now. Simms, he'll throw it deep, and he's got a man again. Maybe. Wow. So the last play, Crockett was looking in the backfield, reading Phil Simms' eyes, picks it off, and gets a pick 6. This time, they go right after Crockett again, the man that just returned an interception for a touchdown. This time, peeking in the backfield cost him, as the receiver got right past him for a 77-yard touchdown pass. So how about that? That is how you show your coach that he's right to keep you in there at quarterback. Of course, Jeff Hostetler, not a bad backup, so he may have thought about it, but Phil Simms' reaction to throwing a pick 6 comes right out and throws a 77-yard touchdown pass. And now it's Kramer who needs to come back. And this defensive game all of a sudden is 27-24. Nice blitz pickup there. Kramer has time and tries to throw an interception of his own, but Collins drops it. So the interception was dropped. That gives the Lions new hope. Kramer will throw it short, but blasted and cannot hang on to it. So Collins, the man that dropped the interception, makes up for it partially by blowing up Barry Sanders. 3rd and 10 now. Lions do have all their timeouts, so they could, if they don't pick this up, they can punt and still get the ball back. But much better than that is picking up the first down. Kramer trying to get one play off before the 2-minute warning. He will. And good protection this time. Slings it across the middle of the field, and that's complete. Down to, that's Perryman again, and that's down to the 40-yard line. 2-minute warning. Lions trail by 3. Bill Parcells talking to Lawrence Taylor about something.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10.
So here we go with the win situation. I think the Lions want about 15 more yards before kicking the field goal. Of course, Kramer wants the whole touchdown. There's a nice pass all the way down inside the 20. Kramer has gone over 300 yards on the day, having a fabulous game against a defense of this caliber. To throw for 300 yards and no interceptions is Pretty remarkable. Kramer's going to run now. He doesn't do that very often, but he's feeling it today. That's his first rush attempt of this game, maybe of the season. The Lions are getting closer and closer to just putting this in the end zone. Kramer throws it towards the end zone. He's got a man. Touchdown, Lions. Oh, my goodness. Willie Green with the touchdown. And the Eric Kramer has just gone right through the Giants defense yet again. The first half he shredded the defense. The Giants defense seemed to make the adjustments in the second half, but on that drive, Kramer went right through him again. And what an ending this game is turning into. It was, not long ago, it was 14-10 Detroit. Like late third quarter. Now it's 31-27. And Phil Simms has already thrown 2 touchdown passes over 70 yards. So if he can get one more deep one off, the Giants can still win this thing. Okay, here we go. Giants down by 4, 1:17 to go. This is where you find out how clutch your players are. Simms drops back, rolls away from one pressure, but gets hit by the other man. The Giants have all their timeouts, but they don't want to use them yet, so they'll hurry to the line. 2nd and 18 now. Simms goes underneath, gets basically the sack yardage back, and they will call timeout. 3rd and 11. You know you're going for it in 4th down. It would be nice to pick up at least 5 or more on this play, though. Simms slings it deep. What a hit. Wow. That was a well-timed hit, and very hard to come up with a catch on that. Phil Simms, boom, Johnson takes a shot. This is it, 4th and 11. They need 11 yards here, or the Giants will start off 0-2. Phil Simms launches it, and he's got a man, and he does hang on. Another big shot delivered by the Lions secondary, but this time the Giant receiver holds on. They'll scramble up to the line. Phil Simms snaps it, spins, gets out of the pocket, and then gets sacked. And the Giants have to call their second timeout. Giants down by 4. They need the touchdown. 31 seconds to go. 1 timeout left. They're still 56 yards away.
And look like some movement there. Let's get the call.
And make that 61 yards away. 61 yards needed in 31 seconds. They do have 1 timeout. Simms waiting, looking, firing. And he's got a man all the way down inside the 30. Phil Simms suddenly up to 335 yards. There's 20 seconds left. The clock's still ticking. The Giants have a long way to run. They got to get this spiked. 14-13. Finally, they clock it. They save the timeout, but they lose 18 seconds. 28 yards away. You could probably do, with the timeout, you could do 1 play over the middle and 1 play to the sidelines. Let's see what they decide to do here. Simms, they'll go for the middle of the field. 20-10, 5, touchdown, Mark Bavaro. Oh my. Mark Bavaro with the touchdown with 7 seconds left. And this back and forth 4th quarter has been absolutely remarkable. Simms and Kramer putting on a show. And it looks like the team that had the ball last, or well, the last except for the very last play of the game, is going to win this one unless we have one more miracle left. Will it be a return? No. 3 seconds. Doesn't matter that the Lions have all 3 timeouts because they only have 3 seconds. So Kramer, unless he can come through with a hook and ladder play or a Hail Mary, the Giants are going to be the team that gets to 1-1, and the Lions will be 0-2. Let's see. This game has been so crazy, it might just happen. Kramer, he'll launch it, and that's intercepted. Just go down. There you go. The Giants win the game. Fabulous fourth quarter. I can't believe how many points were scored in the last fury of 16 or 17 minutes of this game. But the Lions fall to the Giants 34-31. A great win for the Giants. A disheartening loss. Look at 41 points were scored in the fourth quarter. And the Lions have to go home feeling horrible at 0-2. The Giants, it's way too early to say they saved their season, but in that tough division that they're in, it was very important to get to 1-1. Well, thanks for watching. Ryan, hopefully you enjoyed it. To anyone watching this on the replay, same to you as well. Look for the next video coming out, which will be the Week 2 wrap-up video, kind of showing you some things that happened in the games that were not broadcast. And then sometime within the next week, look for one of the 2 noon games. Maybe we'll get them both out. But there will be 2 noon games, 1 afternoon game, and then of course there's Thursday Night Football. So the Thursday Night Football is what we will hope to show. The Thursday Night Football game of week number 3 should be within a week. I'll show a couple stats and then I will sign off. Again, thanks for watching. Have a good night.